Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Very interesting piece of news that I got. According to the Russians, they succeeded in blowing up some mercenaries in Ukraine, and the mercenaries were not only from one country but were from three actually. This article comes from the Newsweek and it's from today, the 6th of November 2022. This is the title. Russia says US and UK nationalists fighting in Ukraine killed in a strike. Actually, I listened to the report, and we have Igor Konashenkov, I think that's what his name is, a general who comes and usually gives some briefings on the developments. So he came and stated that actually they destroyed not only Americans and British, but also Polish fighters. So it says here that Russia said American and British nationalists fighting in Ukraine were killed in a recent high-precision strike more than 8 months after Russian President Vladimir Putin launched the invasion on the Eastern European country. Up to 100 people fighting on behalf of Ukraine, including 40 foreign fighters from the United States, United Kingdom and Poland, were killed in a strike in the Donetsk village of Krasny Liman, Russian Lieutenant General Igor Konashenkov said, according to state-run TASS news agency. So 100 people on behalf of Ukraine, including 40 foreign fighters from the United States, United Kingdom and Poland. So Krasny Liman, Donetsk village. The strike was conducted with high-precision weapons, end quote, and also took out 10 armored combat vehicles, TASS reported. More information about the strike, including its precise time and the identities of the soldiers killed, have not been publicly released. And I'm quoting, in the area of the village of Krasny Liman of the Donetsk People's Republic, up to 100 militants of national formations and foreign mercenaries were killed as a result of a high-precision strike by the Russian aerospace forces, end quote, he said, according to TASS. A State Department spokesperson told Newsweek Sunday that officials are aware of reports of a strike and are working to verify the alleged death independently. The spokesperson noted that the Russian state media has repeatedly disseminated disinformation regarding US citizens killed in action, falsely describing US citizens serving in Ukraine armed forces as mercenaries. A number of foreign fighters have opted to join Ukraine's fight against Russia. Moscow has drawn international rebuke as Putin faces strong criticism, blah blah blah. Biden, we don't care what he says. And it's Biden who says that Americans should not be going to Ukraine now, Biden said while speaking to reporters in June. Well, they say that they give us some information on how many, not how many. It says that a 24-year-old US citizen was confirmed dead, but that's in July, and 2 Americans were also killed in a Russian ambush. Other Americans who have died fighting in Ukraine include Willie Joseph Cancel, who died during an April battle, and Stefan Zabiensky, who was killed in May. While some individual Americans have chosen to join the Ukrainian war, the US military has not engaged in combat. The US government has instead provided humanitarian and military aid and has bolstered Kiev's defense efforts. Well, I don't think so. But anyway, they have troops over there, and they have troops supposedly to identify and supervise, monitor the functioning and deliveries of the American weapons. Well, you know how that goes, right? So mercenaries are killed, or foreign fighters. I have no doubt that they are over there, and the Russians gave a number at one point, not only at one point, gave it many times, saying about 6,000 mercenaries, I think, foreign mercenaries, were fighting on Ukraine's side, and again, the Russians said that they killed about 2,000 some, and some 2,000 just left because they got scared all of a sudden or something. So they said that there are Polish armies over there, but that's another claim they made a while ago, and fighting alongside the Ukrainian army. I don't know. Until they really catch a few and they put them in front of the cameras, I don't really believe that. I mean, it's possible, it's probable, but until you catch them, you have no evidence. You can just do this. Like right now, they said, okay, we blown up about 100 people. There were some mercenaries, Polish, British, and Americans. How do you know? Well, probably from the communication. That's how you know. Communicating, the fighters with one another, and that would be one way. The other way, how do you know how many exactly you killed? That's another thing. I mean, I saw the video where they claim those were the actions of blowing them up, and there were some tanks over there blown up, but other than that, you can't identify who's who, what's what. Just some tank was blown up and some maneuvers, and Konashenko was talking next to the image, and I don't know if those were the images that showed that particular attack, or they just show something else while this guy was talking, the general. I think that mercenaries die over there and are killed over there, but how do you identify them? How do you know the number? You count them with a satellite, or what? How do you do it? I don't know. Unless you just listen to the communication between the Ukrainians and the mercenaries and say, hey, George is dead, Michael has no leg, or something like that. But other than that, how do you figure things out? I don't know. They say, I mean, as I said, no doubt people die, no doubt mercenaries, foreign fighters, however you want to call them, die. But, well, I have no doubt to doubt him. I have no reason to believe him. Let's put it this way. It is what it is. Whatever he says, we'll never know probably. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.